What was that area? Alignment. And this is an international study. So this is a problem that the entire world is grappling with. It's a very simple problem, but when it comes to scale and when it comes to complexity, the entire world grapples with it. So it's very important that we align an organization's measurement and management system to reap the ultimate benefits. I'm trying to scale it down to understand the amount of studies that you have done in first year and second year. So please stop me and ask questions. If any of the terminologies, if you find it difficult to go by, you'll find some of those. And please blame me for that. But do ask questions. Now, it's very important for organizations to have strategies. And organizations can come up with great strategies because there are great strategic consulting companies, there are great people who are strategists. But the problem is, when the strategy comes out of the drawing board and goes to the field, the question is of strategy implementation. And that is where the problem comes, the execution factor. In fact, if you read the book Ramcharan and Larry Bossidy on execution, that's a must read, especially for all the students. Execution makes a difference. And the book's name is Execution. It's by Ramcharan and Larry Bossidy. Feel proud that Ramcharan and India is doing a fabulous job. And those who do not know, he was what Jack Welch is today. Jack Welch is Jack Welch because of two people. That is, one is Noel Trichy and the other one is Ramcharan. Ramcharan basically is a Harvard person, but was a software engineer from India. Later on, went into consultancy and made waves. And Jack Welch, what people see is basically these two people. So Noel Trichy and Jack Welch, Noel Trichy and Ramcharan did a lot of research together on the G perspective. And this book talks about execution and it makes it very clear that you may have great strategies, but you may not necessarily be able to translate that strategy into action. So, how do you go about it? So there are the 5 basic ways it was identified that you need to perfect strategy implementation. So if you go back to the first slide, the one is first is mobilize change through executive leadership. So definitely the leadership becomes very important. And I do understand that there was a talk on leadership, or maybe tomorrow or today. It's extremely important the top executive leadership to give the direction and to mobilize the change that you want to see. Who said, incidentally, that be the change that you want to see? Who said that? We are all moving to skeletons and coming back alive in the corporate world today. But the gentleman, when he said no, he made a hint to it. Who said be the change that you want to see? Does it sound good? Yes. Walk the talk. Be the change you want to see. Friends, he was an Indian. And today the entire world is capitalizing it. Sorry? Shiv Khera did say many of the good things. Yes, this was Mahatma Gandhi for your kind information. This was Mahatma Gandhi, and today we are talking about Mahatma Gandhi after so many years, saying that he gave the biggest of the corporate lesson. Today everybody is talking with the change you want to see. The second is translate the strategy operational items. I'll not go deeper into any of these. I got to restrict in 45 minutes. I've got a bad habit of spilling time. So translate strategy operational terms. And second thing is align the organization to strategy. Align the organization strategy. Now here, for example, Manish and Ankit will have a strategy. Now if all the staff members in AIMS are not aligning themselves to that strategy, we are dropping the ball. Or we are extending the timeline. It's not how good is the strategy. One is, that is over, that's not the drawing board. Once it's out in the field, there will be continuous improvement. What is important is how well is each faculty member and each administration staff of this organization, including the person who washes and cleans the floor, is aligned. Everything can go for a 6 if your entrance is not right at morning 10 o'clock. And some visitor drops in, a campus drops in. Can you imagine? All the dreams on the drawing board? What? Motivate to make strategy everyone's job is a myth. The strategy is for McKinsey. Strategy is for Goldman Sachs. Strategy is not for us. We just run a small shop. No, strategy is everybody's business, number one. And number two, within the team, even each student, all of you have to walk the strategy. Not for Ankit and Manish, but for yourself. I'm sure you all want to belong to a great institution. You all want to tell your children one day, you know what? You see this Ames and I'm an alumni of this Ames. Do you or do you not?
Yes.
You've got to build it, boy. It doesn't happen in a day. You are as much a part of the strategy as anybody else in the management team today. And finally, it has to be a continuous process. It cannot be a one-time affair. If you do not revisit your strategy, it becomes passive. If you go to the next slide, so this entire study that I said was understood that the next breakthrough is coming from alignment. The world has been going through, the corporate landscape has been going through different stages. Most of the stages have been taken care, and we are at a fairly advanced stage, and alignment is making a difference today. So those corporates will be doing well in the